This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everybody. This is Rich Severson, the VP of Solutions Engineering at Stratodesk. Today, we're having another Tech Talk in our series. And today, I have the pleasure of being joined with Sean and Arian from Amulet Hotkey and Teradici, respectively. In just a moment, I'll give them an opportunity to do a quick introduction. As you know, at Stratodesk, obviously, we have the Stratodesk NoTouch OS, which is what we put on endpoints to allow us to have different VDI client connectivity, and it gives us the breadth of support from various different hardwares and protocols, et cetera. And we like to take these opportunities to do these kinds of presentations with people to highlight our partnerships with the different vendors. And again, so today we're going to talk about the Amulet Hotkey devices and Teradici PCoIP protocol and Teradici technologies. As you can see, there is a Amazon gift card that you will be given away at the end of the presentation. So you do have to participate through the entire presentation to be eligible. So with that, I'll go ahead and allow the other guys to make the introductions. Sean and Arian, thank you for joining us. Sean, you're on deck.
Hi, Sean Copeland, Amulet Hotkey. I'm Vice President of Product Management. Thanks for hosting this today.
Absolutely. Arian?
Yes, hello. Arjen van der Meulen. I'm the Director of Product Management here at Teradici. I'm responsible for all the PCoIP client endpoints. And thanks for having me on this Tech Talk.
Absolutely, guys, and appreciate you doing this with us. So, and just kind of the way that we do this format, guys, for everybody to know, is this is kind of a free-flowing conversation. It's, there is some PowerPoint involved. Typically, the PowerPoint slides are here just to kind of keep us on track, give us a little bit of guidance. But I like to make this free-flowing. And for those that are participants, please feel free to put questions or comments in the chat. We'll be able to be happy to respond to those along the way. So, but again, today's focus is going to be on the Amulet Hotkey DX3240, the launch, the use cases and the solutions around that. And so, there's going to be a little bit of a technical summary. We'll go into it. Again, we'll talk a little bit about NoTouch OS, the Teradici CAS, why to buy, how to buy, and then of course at the end of it, we'll have the giveaway. So let's go ahead and jump to the next slide. So with this, we're going to talk about the Amulet Hotkey DX3240. So Sean, I'll go ahead and give you the floor, and if you want me to click and need me to click along the way, please feel free. And it looks like the first thing up is a little bit about the development background of this. So go ahead, Sean, it's all yours.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Rich, and just and click all the bullets up here. I'm probably not going to run perfectly in order. Those of you who've worked with, possibly worked with Amulet Hotkey in the past, may be familiar with some of the specialized use cases and our customer verticals that we serve. We're well known in the financial trading floor space. We also have a significant presence in the defense space. And over the course of the pandemic, we did a lot of work with media and entertainment companies on high performance remote workstations. That was all based on our zero client architecture, also something that we've produced over the years in partnership with Teradici. This product is a step forward for customers that have been pushing up against the performance limits of that zero client architecture. This thin client product in partnership with Stratodesk allows us to keep some of the critical hardware specs that we've had over the years, specifically the support for 4 physical DisplayPort monitor out, but bring the product into a higher performance space. So again, the same limited attack surface that you would get with a zero client or a thin client. The quad video support and the performance that we're getting now with a workstation class PC underneath, as opposed to dedicated system on chip silicon. This product has been put together in partnership with Stratodesk and Teradici in a very simple to acquire and deploy structure. All the licenses that you will need in order to deploy the product are included in the purchase price. So there is no subsequent licensing from after the point of sale. And I think that's a really important component of it. So that's what led us to bring this product to market. It's actually been in the field now for a month or two with some key customers across each of the verticals here. Very positive feedback. We originally launched it in Europe, and it's now available in North America as well.
So very good, yeah. And I know I've seen a lot of media, I guess, around it, and have received several questions from different customers and different verticals, et cetera, regarding this, Sean, to your point about it being already available and out there. And I'd like to ask just highlight, if you will, the displays capabilities again, because I know, obviously with the financial trading floor, there's usually some specific display requirements. So let's just one more time, let's make sure that we cover that, because I think, obviously with this product, there's going to be a lot of the requests and understanding about the display. Did I lose you, Sean?
It looks like Sean is frozen there in his connection.
Ah, all right. Well, if I recall, then we'll give Sean a chance to get back. But if I recall correctly, I think Sean said it has a capability of doing 4 displays. Arian?
That's what he said. So yes, the hardware is laid out for that.
All
But
right. So
let Sean speak to that. Maybe we can, in having Sean getting back on to the chat, let us maybe jump to my slides and we can quickly go.
yeah. So this is the 3240 highlights, and I think we wanted to have Sean do that. So maybe we'll just go ahead.
For those, so let's jump a few slides and then we come back to the details of the
We'll come back to Sean. Absolutely. That's the wonderful thing about technology. It's great when it works, and as we all learn when you do these presentations and things, there's always going to be hiccups, etc. So let's go ahead and so Stratodesk NoTouch OS. So this is my part. This is easy, right? So again, kind of like I said at the beginning of this, right? Obviously with NoTouch OS, right? It's a highly secure, great performance Linux operating system that, by the way, happens to come with a fantastic enterprise management platform. And because of the way that the OS is developed, it gives us the opportunity to be able to cover, multiple different hardware platforms, multiple different protocols, and it's important to be able to meet those demands for customers because, customers have, requirements for high performance. They have, task-based users. And of course, with today's remote workforce, the ability to have the different collaboration tools and capabilities as well, right? So being able to leverage all of the new technologies, such as like the DX3240 with the latest of Teradici, but to be able to repurpose some of your existing fleet, or you may have devices out there that are existing thin clients that you want to repurpose to bring into a new management platform, or bring the latest features of the different VDI solutions. So that's kind of what we do, right? Again, taking NoTouch OS and NoTouch Center, bringing it forward and giving customers the ability to have the flexibility of the hardware and different protocol solutions. So with that, then we're going to go ahead and jump to the Teradici portion of this. So Arian, well, again, while we're waiting for Sean to come on back, I'll let you go ahead and give a talk about these slides.
Okay, thanks, Rich. And actually, this is a slide for the two of us, because this is actually the perfect moment where we say, okay, where does the Teradici client and the Stratodesk solution fit together? And I think it's about more than a year ago now, we started a partnership where Stratodesk is integrating the Teradici PCoIP client on their platform, which will allow you to use the Stratodesk NoTouch OS to connect to either Teradici CAS or even to Amazon Workspaces, as Amazon Workspaces uses the PCoIP protocol as well under the hood. So nothing much more to say to this slide. I mean, it's been a great partnership so far, and if you want to enable PCoIP on your hardware, you need the management tool with the Stratodesk NoTouch OS. That's now possible with a PCoIP license.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we see it most often. I mean, from my perspective, usually when people say, "Hey, we're looking at using Teradici PCoIP," it's interestingly enough, it's in conjunction with Amazon Workspaces, right? So you think about it, you can have your enterprise management console to be able to manage those devices, or those fleet of devices, regardless of where they're at, right? And then be able to repurpose and/or use those new machines and connect to your cloud infrastructure via PCoIP and get a great performance of a thin client and protocol. So it looks like Sean's having some difficulty, but I think Tom has gone ahead and joined us. So Tom, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, well, welcome to the party. It sounds like Sean had a little bit of a difficulty. So what I'm going to do is we jumped around a little bit while you guys were getting back in. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to your guys' slides and give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about the DX3240 solution. Let's see where we're at here. Let's go back. So Sean actually went ahead and talked about the different use cases and the markets and verticals and those kinds of things. So what I'll do, Tom, is I'll give you a chance to read through these slides, and that way you'll be prepared. I think, obviously you've been involved with the call, so I think you got this anyways. But here you go. If you want to go ahead and do a quick introduction of yourself and talk about what's on the screen there.
Yep, great. Hi, Tom Coy, I work in product group for Amulet Hotkey, and yeah, been heavily involved in the DX3240 product. So more than happy to talk through these. I think Sean's joining back on as an untimely system update, but I'll go ahead and get started anyway.
Yeah. So go ahead, Tom. I am back. I apologize for that, everybody.
No worries,
Okay,
Sean. I mean,
yeah.
it happens to all of us, right? So.
Okay, Sean, did you want to take it away, or do you want me to carry on?
Go ahead, Tom, while the last of these dialog boxes is dismissed from my screen.
Okay. Okay, so as Sean mentioned previously, 4 physical display connections on the DX3240. And we achieved that by having a GPU and AMD GPU integrated into the solution. So we're going to have the 4 separate connections, no need for having any splitter cables. And with Teradici's thin client solution, we are able to drive up to 4K UHD displays. So obviously, we talked about the drivers for this product was to go beyond some of the technical limitations with hardware PCoIP, and this has probably been the main one. This is what the customers are really after, expanding onto a 4x4K UHD solution. Our core business for a long time has been the security around a thin client, a zero client. So as we partner with Stratodesk, we have optimized that solution to make sure that we provide out of the box the most secure thin client solution as we possibly can. So we work with the Stratodesk team to understand the settings and configurations to really achieve that high security possible. The PCoIP Ultra, when connected to Core Station Remote Solutions, so it's a standalone thin client. It can be deployed into your usual thin client solutions. However, we have launched this along with our Core Station Remote Workstation solutions. So where we have PCoIP cloud access software running on a remote workstation with GPU acceleration at the far end. So it's part of a full Core Station solution offering. The client itself optimized for high bandwidth USB devices. So USB webcams, a big driver over the course of the pandemic, people working from home, joining meetings remotely, was for the USB webcams and USB audio headset support. Listening to those use cases and the struggles people have been having with other protocols, competitive protocols, we wanted to make sure we brought the best user experience when they're trying to use the high bandwidth USB devices. The Intel AMD enabled, so we selected the i5 processor. So there's a couple of options that we have available to us, but the i5 processor enables the Intel AMD management. So out of band remote control of that device, which again, as you're deploying into enterprise environment, is the key requirement. And then we come to the brokering of the solution. As we say, a standalone client, but also part of our Core Station remote workstation solutions, where we have a large deployment on Nearstream and Cloud Access Software and Cloud Access Manager. So ensuring that we are integrating the DX3240 client into a full remote workstation solution.
So very good. Well, again, I think, because of the performance of this, and because, the announcements, as Sean mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I think we're going to continue to see a lot of people that are excited about this product and who are wanting to try it out. And I'm interested to see, the performance of it as well, and how this gets adopted, because I think, we've already had a couple of customer engagements where from large media organizations that are really keen to give this thing a try, and I think it's going to be really, really well accepted, and I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a fun product to bring to the market. So
yeah, we're confident through our own development and the customer feedback, like you say, from beta programs and early deployments, that we've brought to the market a really high performant thin client solution in partnership with Teradici and Stratodesk.
Yeah, it's like I said, this is one of those things, and it's a wonderful partnership between the three organizations, bringing a fantastic piece of hardware, a fantastic protocol, and obviously I'm a little bit biased, the Stratodesk OS and management platform. This is going to be a really, really keen product for people to be able to try and test out, so and put into manufacturing and production systems. So I know, Arian, we talked about this one already a little bit, so let's go ahead and jump to the next one. So sorry to jump around on you, Arian, but we're glad that Tom and Sean will both be able to join back to us. So Arian, this one's for you.
Okay, yeah. So talk a little bit about already like deploying your Stratodesk NoTouch OS in environments with Amazon Workspaces, but also Teradici CAS. I want to talk about Teradici CAS. Is our remoting solution. It's a workstation software, and since this year we now added another operating system. So besides Windows and Linux support, we also have Mac OS support on Apple workstations, which got introduced at the end of the summer and is being expanded. So now you could use these clients to connect to Teradici CAS on either a Windows, Linux, or Mac OS environment. This can be in an on-prem environment, on hardware, on workstations, or it can be in the cloud or in hybrid environments. Teradici CAS is being able to deploy it with the support of the CAS manager in all these environments. For those of you who have been following the PCoIP technology for years, I mean, when we had the serial clients, we always had the lossless and color accurate. And with CAS, we are expanding our capabilities in the software side. So away from just like pure hardware chip solutions, now we have CAS as a software available to run PCoIP protocol. How does it work? It's actually very simple. You need a host site, so it's going to be, as I say, a workstation, can be a cloud environment, can be a hypervisor, can be all kinds of combinations of these, and you install the CAS host agent software on that. And then you need an endpoint. And today we're introducing the Amulet Hotkey DX3240 as a very high performance endpoint for PCoIP Ultra. So this comes to my next slide. With PCoIP Ultra is the latest generation of our protocol. It's enabling 4K UHD graphics in high frame rates. And we introduced also last year the ability to do an auto offload choice, or to not just be relying on specific, say, CPUs or GPUs, but let the system decide on what other processes are running on the workstation side and might consume more CPU resources, and then let the system decide to use the protocol more on the GPU offload, and then decode on the client side. So this latest client from Amulet Hotkey, the DX3240, supports both the CPU and GPU decoding, and can switch between the two with the support of our auto offload capabilities. There's a little bit of the performance here, and it's, as Sean said earlier, I mean, we have a very high market share in the media entertainment industry, in the high performance area there, but also in the finance industry with multiple monitors, high resolution, and everywhere where security is a key point of focus. Mm-hmm.
So, and then of course, everybody's asking the question. So, about the availability, and I think Sean already addressed that, but I'll let them re-highlight that, and how to get them, where to get them, and all those kinds of things. And so, Sean, you want to go ahead and talk about the availability, et cetera?
Sure. It is available today in North America. It's also available in Europe. We do not yet have a firm ship date from our APJ facility, but that is coming. The product today has, as Arian mentioned, I just want to go back and touch on the point he made there about the visual density that the customers that are deploying this product typically require. On one of the earlier slides, I had mentioned industrial control centers. We're seeing interest in this product from a lot of customers who are very concerned about both security and visual density. I'll give you an example at the moment. In general, in the United States, new nuclear power plants are not being made at the moment. It's very difficult to get a permit for a nuclear power plant. And if you do get one, it takes a very long time to bring one online. But there are some companies at the moment that are refreshing existing power facilities, nuclear power facilities in the US. One of the challenges that they have is replacing very old control center technologies with new glass-centric as opposed to dial-centric technology, very digital control centers. But they're very constrained on space, and they obviously have very high security concerns. So one of the areas that you see a lot of interest in a product like this is from customer sets like that, that are looking for best-of-class military-grade encryption and security provided by the Teradici PC-over-IP stack, and the sort of performance and very small footprint that you can get with a thin client that supports a lot of panes of glass in a control center environment like that, connected to something like Amulet Hotkey's remote core station workstations in a separate site or facility. So I just wanted to go back and touch on that industrial use case because I hadn't had a chance to focus on that earlier. Before I demonstrated one of the downsides of a thick client, which is having your IT department decide it's time to reboot it and install a patch. So as far as how to purchase, at the moment, the easiest way to buy these is to contact Amulet Hotkey directly. Our sales contact information is there. There's also a landing page URL that you can use. At the moment, that URL, I believe, points to a sign up for this webinar, but it would be repurposed very quickly to a contact Amulet Hotkey landing page. For channel partners, for our existing resellers or for firms that would like to become resellers of this product, there's also a dedicated channel partner email address that's on the slide there that you can reach out to us as well.
Very good. So I was just reading the question. So if somebody wanted to go ahead and read the question while I go ahead and add some additional commentary. So yeah, I think again, this is fantastic being able to bring something like this to the marketplace, and so, obviously, anybody that's paying attention, you have the ability to reach out to us, get in touch with us. I think this is going to be a fantastic solution for those people that want to go ahead and try this, and so we've got one that says we have a big network of 24,000 users. If it uses Teams over Citrix, will the load be on the client server? Will this be client on Stratodesk? So if you're talking about the Teams optimization within Citrix, obviously we have the ability to do that. We have Teams optimization for various protocols. And that will be native to Stratodesk OS. So I think all the capabilities and functionalities that you expect from Stratodesk is going to be included. It's going to be included as this, as well as all the different protocols. So, so the next question is, speaking of PCoIP Ultra, any updates on the M1 Apple Silicon? So I'm going to guess, Arian, that's for you.
That's right. So I'm looking just at the question here. Apple One on the graphics agent. Yeah, so that's in the works, and we are planning to very shortly roll out an update to support M1 Apple Silicon.
So as you guys that are paying attention can see, we're trying to answer questions along the way, so it's a little bit difficult. Or obviously, we got to be able to read the question and think about the answer. So just a forward. I mean, I'm currently running myself on a Mac Mini and a software client on Apple Silicon. Oh, very good. Very good. All right. Well, I think we're getting close to the end here because I'm not seeing any more questions coming in. So, Arian, I'm going to give you a minute to go ahead and collect some final thoughts and cue Sean up you as well. So, Arian, if you wanted to go ahead and provide some final thoughts. And again, I want to thank both of you for joining us and participating today. And we'll let the marketing team take care of the Amazon giveaway when they do that effort. But Arian, any final thoughts?
Yeah, actually, I want to answer another question that was about the if NoTouch Center is replacing the Teradici management console. So it's not replacing it for the traditional Terra 2.0 clients that we have, but definitely all this. I mean, every Amulet Hotkey thin client that is being installed with Stratodesk can be managed by the Stratodesk NoTouch Center, right? So that's it's a different technology sync clients versus the traditional Terra 2.0 clients. So the Terra 2.0 clients are being managed by Management Console, SIM clients with Teradici CAS can be managed by the manufacturer's SIM client management software.
So, all right, well, very good. Hopefully that clears that up for people. Sean, actually, and Tom, I'll cue you up, give you a moment too if you wanted to say something as well. So, but right now, Sean, is there any final thoughts you wanted to add?
Well, actually, I'll yield the floor to Tom for a moment if he's still with us. Tom, Tom's a member of my team that has shepherded this product from concept through to launch, and so I think he definitely deserves an opportunity to help us wrap up the session here.
All right. Well, Sean, I'm sorry, Tom, are you still with us?
Yep, still here. No, just thanks for the opportunity to talk about the DX3240. Us at Amulet Hotkey, we're extremely excited about this coming to the market. We've long been positioning ourselves as the high performance solution provider, and I think the DX3240 here is the next exciting product in that roadmap.
Well, very good. Thank you. And so, all right, well, then I'll go ahead and wrap up. And I want to say to everybody that's participating, thank you for participating. Obviously, having customers participate is what allows us and encourages us to keep doing these kinds of things. And again, I want to say thank you to both Amulet Hotkey and Teradici. The partnership is obviously continuing to evolve. It's been great. Customers are enjoying the solutions that we, as the three of us, are putting together as a great solution, including great protocols, great product, great OS and management platform. It gives people to have the ability to deploy those devices, great performing devices across their environment. So again, guys, I appreciate and thank you for participating. And for those participating, if you have customers, feel free. Obviously, our contact information is out there. And thank you again, and have a fantastic day. Thanks, everybody.
And thanks for hosting, Rich.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks for hosting.
All right. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks, Rich.